Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We sift through complex stories, pull out the key insights, and basically give you that shortcut to being genuinely informed. Today, we're plunging into a really gripping narrative. It's this series of, well, interconnected events, intense relationships. It really pulls you in.
It does.
Our mission is to unpack the journey of Eve Duncan. She's a world-renowned forensic sculptor. Her life is just this tapestry of past trauma, deep love, and this relentless pursuit of truth.
Yeah, and it's a story that shows how the ripples from one single devastating event can just spread out,
Yeah.
and uncover these surprising connections way beneath the surface.
Exactly.
It really is a fascinating account. So rich in character, unexpected twists. I mean, it's a study in resilience, isn't it?
Definitely resilience. And obsession.
An obsession, yes.
Yeah.
And the lengths people go to for love or, well, for revenge.
So we're going to look at the core relationships here, the hidden conspiracies.
Absolutely. The conspiracies that go surprisingly high up and the dramatic confrontations that really chase Eve's world. You find that every twist just revealed another layer, a darker one usually.
Okay, let's get into it. Eve Duncan,
Yeah.
our central figure. Introduced as, well, arguably the best forensic sculptor in the world.
Top of her field, dedicated to cold cases, skeletal remains.
But beneath that professional skill, that stoicism she must need for the job, there's this incredibly deep personal trauma.
The kidnapping of her daughter, Bonnie, 7 years old, years ago.
An event that it shattered her life.
Completely. It's the foundational trauma, absolutely. And what's interesting, I think, is how her background kind of shaped her resilience.
How so?
Well, she grew up in the Peabody housing development and tough childhood, and it gave her this, burning passion to dig herself out.
Right, not live hand to mouth like her parents did.
Exactly. And that drive for stability, born from scarcity, it almost inadvertently equipped her for the chaos that comes later. Like, that resilience was forged early on.
That's a great point. Adversity building character for future trauma. And through it all, she has Joe Quinn, police detective.
Her anchor. Yeah. Ex-SEAL, tough as hell, but a good guy.
And he's been with her since Bonnie's kidnapping. That says a lot about his loyalty, doesn't it?
It really does. He's her constant, her stability.
But that stability gets tested severely by this unique element in Eve's world, this almost supernatural thing.
Her communication with Bonnie's spirit.
Yeah, Bonnie appears to her, comforts her, sometimes sings all the pretty little horses.
Which is, a constant for Eve, but it makes Joe really uneasy.
You can imagine. How does a grounded ex-SEAL deal with that?
Right. It adds this fascinating tension to their relationship. He loves her, clearly, but that mystical connection, it pushes his boundaries.
Shows his loyalty, but also that gap in how they process grief.
And then there's her mother, Sandra.
Oh, that's complicated. A drug user, often a source of worry for Eve. Instability.
But then you get these moments, right? Genuine maternal support, like during Eve's pregnancy. Sandra tries.
Yeah, these glimmers of connection. And we see Eve's protective side early on, too, don't we? With her childhood friend, Rosa.
And Rosa's baby, Manuel. That horrible incident where the baby was attacked.
Thrown across a yard, and Eve just reacts, tackles the attacker.
Instantly. It shows her core character wasn't just formed by Bonnie's kidnapping. That fierceness, that need to protect the vulnerable, it was already there.
Absolutely. It just got intensified later. Okay, so now this is where things get really tangled. Eve's present life with Joe, it gets completely disrupted.
Like John Gallo, a figure from her past, her intense teenage past.
And the bombshell reveal. Gallo isn't just some old flame, he's Bonnie's father.
Which just changes everything. This link between her past love and her deepest wound, it's profound.
Yeah.
And it really highlights how things like government secrets, personal betrayals, they can just devastate individual lives, creating this impossible tangle of motives.
So Gallo first met Eve when she was a teenager.
Yeah, he saved her from attackers, sparked this immediate raw chemistry, an intense physical connection.
Brief.
Very brief. Then he left, joined the army, got tapped for ranger training. He had this natural aptitude, apparently, and his uncle had taught him how to channel the violence.
Which sounds ominous.
It is. And his story gets much darker. He wasn't actually killed, like everyone thought.
Right. The sources say he was betrayed, captured in North Korea.
Exactly. Imprisoned, tortured for 6 years on some kind of politically incorrect mission, spying on a nuclear facility. The details are murky, suggesting high-level betrayal.
Which sets up his psychological damage, right?
Yeah.
And his need for revenge or justice.
Absolutely. The effects were devastating. After he escaped, he was well, mentally unbalanced, uncontrollable fits of rage, this bloodlust, operating on automatic, as they put it.
And crucially, this period overlaps with Bonnie's disappearance.
Chillingly, yes. And then Catherine Ling, top CIA agent, Eve's friend, drops another bomb.
What's that?
Gallo was seen in Atlanta around the time Bonnie was taken.
Oh.
And worse, Paul Black, a prime suspect in Bonnie's murder, was also an informant against Gallo.
Okay, wait. The suspect in Bonnie's murder was working against her father.
Seems that way. It's not just coincidence. It implies Bonnie's kidnapping might be terrifyingly tied into this whole government conspiracy and Gallo's capture.
Wow. So as Eve is reeling from Gallo being alive and Bonnie's father, she gets pulled into this massive conspiracy?
Yeah, involving high-level government figures. It's way beyond just a past romance now. It's about exposing deep corruption.
And at the center is Nate Queen, corrupt Army intelligence colonel.
That's the guy. Used Gallo for suicide missions, basically, to protect his own illegal activities.
And these activities are detailed in the ledger.
Right, the ledger. This book Gallo stole, detailing Queen's drug and stolen artifact, deals with a North Korean general. It's Gallo's leverage, his only leverage, maybe.
The classic MacGuffin, but with real weight here.
Exactly. It drives the whole power dynamic. And then there's Paul Black.
The assassin Queen hired to kill Gallo.
But he's more than just a hitman. He's a serial killer. Takes pleasure in the hunt and psychological torture.
Especially with kids. That's horrific. And he'd already tried to kill Gallo before, in Samoa.
Yep. He's been targeting him. So with all this danger swirling, Gallo makes a move, a really audacious one.
He kidnaps Eve.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
Uses a knockout sedative, takes her to a secluded compound.
Why?
His stated reason, to protect her. And, more controversially, maybe use her as bait to draw out Black.
Bait. It's extreme. Does the narrative frame him as like a justifiable anti-hero here? Or just damaged?
It's ambiguous, isn't it? It leans towards anti-hero, maybe? His actions are extreme, driven by trauma and this quest for justice, but they're definitely crossing lines.
And the compound itself, it's described as luxurious.
Yeah.
Book-lined.
Yeah, which is fascinating. After years of torture and living on automatic, it's like he's trying to build stability, find knowledge. It shows he's not just about revenge, maybe trying to heal in his own way.
So all the players are now converging. The tension just ramps up massively.
Totally. Joe and Catherine are determined to find Eve. They team up.
Joe's furious, using his instincts, his military background.
And Catherine's invaluable. Her CIA skills, her loyalty to Eve. She's formidable. She helps Joe infiltrate Queen's safe house, gets information.
And she has her own history with child loss, right? Her son Luke was kidnapped.
Yes, though he was found later. It adds this personal layer to her determination. It's not just professional duty for her.
Okay, so while they're closing in, Black does something truly monstrous.
To provoke Gallo and Queen, he kidnaps another child, Judy Clark's 6-year-old daughter, Kara, and he brutalizes Judy.
Oh, God.
Then he sets up this twisted hunt in the wilderness, pure psychological torture aimed at Gallo and Eve.
This is where it all comes to a head, a violent climax.
Everyone converges in the woods. Queen, Black, Gallo, Eve, Joe, Catherine, desperate agendas colliding.
Queen wants the ledger, tries to meet Black.
And Black just brutally murders him. No hesitation.
Then Joe confronts Black.
Yes, a fierce knife fight. Joe's incredibly skilled, but Black wounds him badly, critically.
And then comes the twist, the real gut punch from Black.
As he's fighting, or maybe cornered, he claims Gallo killed Bonnie. What?
Says it happened during Gallo's madness, his blackout periods caused by the torture.
On Gallo's reaction.
That's the chilling part. When Eve says Black might be telling the truth, Gallo just says, so do I.
He believes it's possible, that he could have killed his own daughter in a blackout.
The implication is there. This idea Black mentions of Gallo's divine insanity back then, it's deeply unsettling. It raises the horrifying possibility of amnesia-fueled violence.
Wow. Okay. And then Gallo.
Enraged, maybe by the accusation, maybe by the horror of the possibility, he breaks Black's neck, kills him.
So the immediate threat, Black is gone, Queen is dead, but Joe.
Joe is critically wounded, rushed to the hospital, ends up in ICU.
And Eve is just consumed by fear.
Completely. She stays by his side. He's her North Star, she reflects, and his injury is a direct result of her quest, her connection to Gallo.
The cost of obsession laid bare.
Exactly. The physical conflict is over, but the emotional challenge is immense. Joe's life hangs in the balance. And that accusation from Black, It just hangs there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even with Black dead.
It absolutely does. Gallo's reaction that, so do I, it leaves Eve in turmoil. Can she ever really know what happened to Bonnie now? It shows that sometimes the hardest truths aren't about finding a killer, but confronting awful possibilities within the people you care about.
Even after everything, the kidnapping, this horrifying suggestion about Bonnie, she still feels this connection to Gallo.
Remarkably, yes. They talk about being joined, a bond born from shared trauma from Bonnie herself. Neither of them can deny it. It really complicates everything you think you know about love and connection.
It really does blur those lines. Love, trauma, obsession.
Mm-hmm. And amidst all that chaos, Catherine manages to rescue Kara Clark. Coaxes her to safety.
A small point of light in the darkness.
A necessary one, yeah. Shows that protective instinct, that care, still exists even in that wreckage.
So thinking about all this,
Yeah.
what does it mean for you listening? This deep dive into Eve's world, it's more than just a thriller plot, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's a powerful look at the human psyche under unbelievable pressure.
Exploring things like the power of first love, loyalty, grief, obsession.
And how relentless that grief can be. How it can drive you, sometimes destructively.
It really makes you ask, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How well can you ever truly know someone?
Makes sense.
Especially when their past holds secrets like these.
Exactly. Secrets darker than you can maybe imagine. And it leaves you with this thought, right? If love and connection can actually grow out of shared trauma, even out of this dangerous, almost volatile chemistry, what actually defines a lasting bond?
That's a really provocative question.
And maybe how much of our present, our choices, who we are right now, is actually being shaped, maybe irrevocably, by these unseen wounds, by the unresolved questions from our past.
Something to definitely think about. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope it sparks some thoughts, maybe encourages you to explore those depths of human connection and consequence yourself.